come, Ray. The one constant through all the years, Ray, has been baseball.
Little roller up along first. Behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win. Now the 2-1. Line drive to the base hit. Justice has scored the tying run. Green to the plate. And he is safe. Safe at the plate. The Braves go to the World Series.
Have reserved seats somewhere along one of the baselines that sat when they were children and cheered their heroes.
Gibson swings and a fly ball to deep right field. This is going to be a home run. Unbelievable!
A 3-run home run for Bucky Dent. The Yankees now lead by a score of 3-2.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mazeroski has hit a 1-0 pitch over the left field fence at Ford Field to win the 1960 World Series.
They'll arrive at your door as innocent as children, longing for the past.
The Pope arrived at Yankee Stadium. As one enthusiastic announcer put it, he is standing on second base.
Reggie Jackson. Long drive right field. It is led by big World Series.
The Blue Jays are World Series champions as Joe Carter hits a 3-run home run.
Back and throw. There's a left back. It's going to be, I believe, the Giants from the pennant. The Giants from the pennant. The Giants from the pennant.
The 0-1 pitch. A liner off Nagy's glove into center field. The Florida Marlins have won the World Series.
The memories will be so thick that I can brush them with my faces.
The 1-0 delivery to Fisk. He swings long drive left field. If it stays there, it's gone. Home run. The Red Sox win. And the series is...
Lolich fires. Ball is hit high in the air. This should be the series. Freehand waving everybody away in foul territory. Detroit wins.
Here's the pitch to Willie. There's a liner straight to Richardson. The ball game is over and the World Series is over. Willie McCovey hit it like a bullet. A line drive right.
Baseball to mark the time.
The Oakland A's take. I'll tell you what, we're having an earth.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Candlestick Park for Game 3 of the 1989 World Series.
It's been erased like a blackboard, rebuilt and erased again.
Frank Robinson, the right-hand batter.
Long drive to left field. Way back. Here's 6 feet back. Home run.
Base hit loaded, 1 out. Pena in a jam. The Twins are going to win the World Series. The Twins have won it.
Ozzie with 1 out. Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run. And the
Willie Mays just brought this crowd to its feet with a catch which must have been an optical illusion to a lot of people.
This field, this game, is a part of our past, Ray. It reminds us of all that once was good, and it could be again.
Broadcasted live.
Who wants to have some fun?
There are balls coming from all over the place. Left field, center field, right field. See, this is the kind of thing, quite honestly, right now, that makes you want to see the Chicago Cubs team lose.
Now, you just saying you want to have fun, or do you really want to have fun?
It'll be fun.
Will the next person that sees anybody throw anything onto this field, point them out, or get them out of here? You don't live in Cleveland. You live in Cincinnati.
You talking to me? You talking to me?
That is the farthest thing in the universe from the truth.
Hello, everyone, live. It's the Dan Scott Show. And right there is your host, Dan Scott.
And good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Thursday edition of the program on another gorgeous day here in the upstate of South Carolina. I'm Dan Scott. That is Forrest Stulting, and we're very happy to have you along with us as we get today's hour underway. And we've got a jam-packed show for you. It'll include an in-studio visit sometime around 10:15, if not sooner, from Furman soccer coach Doug Allison.
The wacky coach Doug Allison.
Yes, among other things. We're going to do our college football picks, look at the Major League Baseball playoff games from last night, the League Championship Series games, and still more madness going on at Louisville that we're going to talk about a little bit.
Yeah, the floodgates have opened, and they're not going to stop for, I say, a few many years to come.
No, this is going to be a running story for a long, long time. Yeah. So we will treat it appropriately. Yep. Some days we won't even bother with it because it'll be so old, but when events warrant, like today,
yep. Big news comes.
We'll hop on it. So anyway, how you doing?
Oh, doing good, Dan.
Everything good? Got your nice Furman pullover on today?
I sure do. Got to stay warm. It's going to get up in the 70s later today, so I figured I'd stay warm for the morning and be prepared for that with my shorts later today. So how are you doing today, Dan?
That's kind of a different version of business in the front and party in the back.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like a clothing mullet.
That's good. I like that.
I'm fine.
Actually.
I've been up since 4:45 this morning. Every Thursday in this 6-week period, I'm going to a men's Bible study that starts at 6 o'clock. So we're doing it in 6-week sessions. We'll do it for 6 weeks and then take a couple of months off and do another 6 weeks. It's a series we're working on. So I've been up for a while.
Yeah.
Wired up on coffee.
The good juice, huh?
So, yeah. So, who knows what's going to happen today. So we got a lot to get to. As always, we're very happy to have you with us. I would encourage you, whether you're watching us on Facebook Live, on Periscope, via Twitter, or on the YouTube live feed, or you're listening to us on the Campus FM or on the TuneIn Radio link, please, whatever your platform, share that link now and help us grow the audience. We got a good thing going here, and we need to get more people involved and grow this bad boy because we're having some fun, and we want to extend it.
As Kramer said, we're really having some fun, Dan.
Oh, I'm having fun. Let's get into, as we do at the top of the show. If you're new and just joining us, right at the top of the program, since we operate here on Furman's campus, and they so graciously allow me to do the show here from the radio booth at Paladin Stadium, we always try to not only do things like we will with having Coach Doug Allison in studio today, but at the top of the show, take a look at what's going on around campus each and every day and giving all of the sports here a little bit of publicity. So we do that at the top, and then we get into the rest of the stuff shortly thereafter. So bear with us as we go into the calendar to see what's going on here at Furman University today.
Absolutely. Just some news before that. The Furman women's golf team is ranked 8th in the country by Golf Week's first rankings of 2017. They've won 3 straight SoCon championships and finished 12th last year in the country's in the NCAA championships. So they just continue to rise and do great things in that program. The cross-country team, they swept the runner of the week for the 5th straight time, or for the fifth time this year. This week it is Josh Brickle. On the men's side, it's his first of the year. And on the women's side, it's Allie Buchowski, and she's won it for the 4th time this year. So
they just named the award after her.
They need to. Yeah, I mean, I think she's at this point a lock for the SoCon runner of the year. If she doesn't win it, I'm not sure what's going on over there in Spartanburg, but The volleyball team, they swept Wofford last night 3-0, and they improved to 9-0 in SoCon play and 15-7 on the year. Nicole Mack had a career-high 18 kills in the victory for the Lady Paladins last night. And tonight's calendar, Dens After Dark at Timmons Arena, 9 p.m. Admission is free. You get to meet Coach Bob Ritchie and Jackie Carson on the men's and women's basketball teams, respectively. You get to check out the new floor, the new lights, all the new amenities of the great Timmons Arena. There's going to be a 3 versus 3 students versus coaches game going on as well. So they had a little tournament last Sunday.
Yeah.
And a group of students won that, and they'll face the coaches for a chance to win $500. But I think going up against the likes of Robbie Bostain, Tyler Lewis is going to be a tall task for the students to overcome. And both teams will play a brief scrimmage at the end of the evening, so you get a chance to get a first glimpse at what the 2017-2018 teams will be showcasing this evening at 9 p.m. at Timmins Arena.
Yeah, and a lot of door prizes are going to be given away, so it would behoove you to show up and get your first glimpse at the basketball teams for this year. However, if you're out of the area or for whatever reason can't make it, the event will be live streamed on FurmanPaladins.com all the way up to the scrimmages, but the scrimmages will not be live streamed.
Good.
But everything else will be live streamed at FurmanPaladins.com. And don't expect a lot of bells and whistles. They're actually using it as a test shoot because this year for TV we've moved the cameras and we're shooting them from the other side of the floor. So this is going to be part of a test, but you'll be able to watch everything that goes on up to the scrimmages, and you won't be able to watch the scrimmages. They're going to stop the streaming before that gets going.
Can't get video on the teams already.
No, we cannot.
Can't give anybody an advantage, even though they're going to need it against us. So
one of the funniest stories, and coaches are notoriously both protective and paranoid.
Oh, you have to be
about things, and
who's watching what
exactly, and you certainly don't want to put a scrimmage on live streaming so people can get an early look at you. But I go back to, this would have been, the 2006-2007 college basketball season at the beginning. Christy McKinney's first year as the women's basketball coach at Clemson. She replaced Jim Davis, who had been fired the year before after just his second losing season ever.
He said.
Yeah, ever. So anyway, we decide we're going to broadcast their exhibition game against then Anderson College, now Anderson University. Exhibition game now, Division II school versus Clemson, right?
Yep.
So I'm doing a little 5-minute pregame interview with Christy McKinney, and it's literally going to air right before the tip. And she made some reference about the 5 players we put out there are going to have to give us a lot of energy.
Oh yeah.
And I said, speaking of that, who will be your starting 5 today? And she did exactly what you're doing right now.
I ain't saying nothing.
She didn't. She just looked at me. And I said, okay, I guess you don't want me to know. And she said, that's right. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, it's an exhibition game against a Division II school, and this is going to air, and let's be honest, to 2s and 3s of listeners, and it's going to air literally 5 minutes before tip-off.
Coaches aren't going to watch this.
And no, this is radio. This is not even television.
They're not
this
the
is radio.
Side of the ear or anything.
But hey,
goodness
that's just an indication of how paranoid coaches can be.
The nature of the beast, if you will.
Yeah, but tonight I can understand.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. This is actual video and seeing it's a first glimpse of what Bob Ritchie's going to do, probably offensively, some schemes he's going to show maybe. But just it's going to be a great time tonight at Timmins Arena at 9 p.m. So be sure to stop on by and enjoy the festivities.
And again, if you can't, you can watch everything except for the scrimmages at FurmanPaladins.com, live streaming starting at 9 o'clock or probably a couple of minutes before. All right, you got trivia.
I sure do. We're going with some Furman football once again.
Shocker.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yep.
All right, so I've been begging for this all year, Dan. This is going to be the question. When was the last time Furman recorded a shutout on defense?
Well, since you can't record a shutout on offense, that would take away half of the possibilities.
There you go.
You can be shut out, but you can't record one. Last time they were shut out, they recorded a defensive shutout.
I was shocked at this answer.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that we've done one in my 6.5 years. But I'll leave that to the listeners and the viewers to start guessing while I rack my brains.
It's a tough question.
Yeah. Last time Furman recorded a shutout. All right, there you go. Leave your answers, your guesses in the Facebook Live feed or Twitterverse or wherever you want to go with it.
And you said you had it on this date for me at the beginning of
I
the
do.
Yeah. What we got here?
We'll do the rest of the on this dates later, but I
Yep.
was scrolling through my Facebook feed today, and they give you this memory thing every day. And
That's good stuff. I like that.
I had posted this last year. It was a 3 minutes and 43-second video highlight clip of this particular game and story. But 4 years ago today, this happened. Shotgun snap and a reverse, and it's going to be a reverse pass thrown, intercepted. It is picked off, he hurdled a man, and this is going to go the distance if he gets a block down the near sideline. It's Gary Wilkins. This one is going to go in excess of 95 yards. Touchdown, Paladins. He reached out with one hand, snatched it, and then here back around the 30-yard line, hurdled a tackler who went low, and then it was a purple convoy to the promised land for a defensive touchdown. Gary Wilkins, 98-yard interception return for a touchdown against Appalachian State 4 years ago today. That was a trivia question last week.
It was.
The longest interception return in school history. And he was second.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it on my.
It was either last week or the week before, but we've recently done this.
Here it is. John Keith of 99 yards.
Yeah, Gary was second.
Yeah, that call by just listening to David Cobb right there.
Well, that was actually Corey Stewart.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough, but yeah, just listening to Corey Stewart was hilarious. He was flabbergasted at the sight of seeing him. Oh my! He hurdled a man.
Gary was an athletic freak.
Really?
Yeah, he was something else, man. He really was. But anyway, that was 4 years ago today. Gary Wilkins with that 98-yard interception return for a touchdown against App State. That was of course, in the 2013 season, part of the stretch where the Paladins would end up winning 6 of their final 7 regular season games and winning a share of the title, winning the tiebreaker, and getting the automatic bid to the playoffs. Last time we've been to the playoffs.
Then beat SC State.
Beat South Carolina State down in Orangeburg, and then tied 7-7 at the half with North Dakota State.
That's pretty good.
The next round ended up losing, I think, 31-7.
Yeah, they won 4 in a row.
5
in a row.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So anyway, that was 4 years ago today. Thought we'd have a little bit of fun with that.
That was awesome.
Yep.
Well done.
Let's take a break. We'll come back, see if Doug Allison is ready to roll, and we'll get started here with the meat of the program. But as always, when we step aside, first want to remind you about our friends at the Atlanta Bread Company located in Cherrydale Plaza right down the road here. Go see Jeff Massey and his folks there, not only for great food, and now the weather has turned cool. We've gotten a little bit of a glimpse of it this week, and man, wouldn't a good hot bowl of chili or some good hot soup taste good, or a hot sandwich, hot panini,
I needed
those
it
type
this morning,
of things.
Dan.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic. Hot breakfast sandwich, you can get
there
those
you go.
as well.
Yep.
And even better than the food is the customer service you're going to get. The people are fantastic. And this time of year, and for a limited time, with Thanksgiving right around the corner, they have the turkey cranberry sandwich, which has the cranberries baked right into the bread. You will love it. Atlanta Bread Company. You'll hear more about them in this break. We will step out and come back and get rolling on the show right after this. Don't go away.
Hey Furman fans, it's baseball season. Here at Ingalls, we know that as you root for the home team, sometimes you want more than just peanuts and Cracker Jack. And while we do deliver on your favorite ballpark classics, we're proud to offer a packed lineup of everything you need to make your next meal a home run. Ingalls, a proud sponsor of Furman Baseball and the official grocery store of Furman Athletics. Go Dins!
The Atlanta Bread Company at Cherrydale Point offers a dining experience that will have you coming back for more time and time again. Everything is freshly made on site, including the different varieties of bread and all the baked goodies. And the menu, Atlanta Bread Company offers a wide variety from hot soups and chili to hot and cold sandwiches and paninis. Even breakfast selections topped off with your choice of piping hot coffees. Come see for yourself. You'll love it. The Atlanta Bread Company at Cherrydale Point, proud sponsors of the Furman Paladins and the Dan Scott Show.
Looking for a good lunch spot in the Travelers Rest area? The Cafe at Williams Hardware is your place. Williams Hardware has food for the whole family, from the famous Reuben to the barbecue chicken quesadilla and their daily lunch specials, which includes the award-winning BLT on pimento cheese with pepper jelly, served Tuesday to Thursday. Williams Hardware also serves breakfast on Saturdays from 8 to 11, perfect before Furman home game. And don't forget their gift shop, which offers items for anyone on your list. Go see your friends at the Cafe at Williams Hardware, 13 South Main Street in downtown TR. Full menu and operating hours at the Cafe at WilliamsHardware.com.
Say you've got a busted phone or tablet screen. Time to get a new device? Nope. Time to give it CPR. CPR Cell Phone Repair at Cherrydale can repair almost any phone or tablet screen on the market and usually can do it same day. In fact, if you have an iPhone, the fix usually takes less than an hour. CPR Cell Phone Repair also can fix computers and gaming systems, both screens and hard drives. And they sell refurbished devices and new accessories. Stop by and see the new owner, Janet Culver, today and check them out on Facebook. That's CPR Cell Phone Repair at Cherrydale, 864-282-9097. Give it CPR today.
Hey Furman fans, it's baseball season. Here at Ingalls, we know that as you root for the home team, sometimes you want more than just peanuts and Cracker Jack. And while we do deliver on your favorite ballpark classics, we're proud to offer a packed lineup of everything you need to make your next meal a home run. Ingalls, a proud sponsor of Furman Baseball and the official grocery store of Furman Athletics. Go Dins!
The Atlanta Bread Company at Cherrydale Point offers a dining experience that will have you coming back for more time and time again. Everything is freshly made on site, including the different varieties of bread and all the baked goodies. And the menu, Atlanta Bread Company offers a wide variety from hot soups and chili to hot and cold sandwiches and paninis. Even breakfast selections topped off with your choice of piping hot coffees. Come see for yourself. You'll love it. The Atlanta Bread Company at Cherrydale Point, proud sponsors of the Furman Paladins and the Dan Scott Show. All right, welcome back to the show. It is Thursday, and we are now all of a sudden jammed in here as we get back to play. Dan Scott, Forrest Stulting, Doug Allison, and Doug Allison offspring in the house.
Yeah, this is little Keegan Gray Allison right here.
Hello, Keegan. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Got to pull the microphone and hold it up.
Good. How are you?
I'm good. How old are you?
I'm 13.
You had to think about that for a minute.
Yeah. I'm about to turn 14. So.
Oh, okay. Cool. And you play soccer where?
For United FC, locally. So.
And you're out of school this week?
Yes, sir.
So you come over here and you're hanging out with the big boys trying to show them what to do?
Yeah.
I got you. It's pretty nice to be able to bring your son along with you every once in a while, isn't it?
Bring your son to work day, and he's showing the kids how to play this morning in practice. It was good. They've got fall break, so it's good. He's a little left winger for his little club, so it's good. He's a big soccer junkie, so you can ask him plenty of trivia questions today.
Nah, you leave him with us too long, we'll get him started down the path to baseball.
Oh,
there you go.
We're out.
You see, you had such a look of disgust on your face.
That's such a fast sport.
Come on now. Anyway, how you doing?
Doing good, thank you. Doing good.
Nice
beautiful
win this week.
Yeah, a couple of wins always makes the atmosphere a little bit better. 2 long bus rides home from VMI and from Mercer. I think we got back almost 3 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday.
Oh, wow.
A lot of the guys had tests and classes and stuff. So, but long trip home. But it's a lot easier to come home with 2 wins.
You know, as the season is regular season is winding down. I mean, it seems like it just started, and I know that with the conference tournament looming the idea, no matter the sport, really, is to be playing your best when the conference tournament gets here. You were in a little bit of a lull. You had some circumstances involved there. Where is this team right now as far as getting to your best with the tournament looming?
Well, the main thing was we were competing. I think we were playing really well in the games, but we just a couple of breaks here and there. And soccer's a cruel sport, but we hadn't been scored on in conference play when we had 11 guys on the field. So we got to keep 11 guys on the field. That's the number one thing.
That would seem to be a basic fundamental of the game.
We're trying to. So that was one thing. Eliminate some mistakes, and then capitalize on other people's mistakes. So we're playing a lot more positive soccer right now. And starting with the VMI game, we started playing more guys up front and playing a lot more positive, a lot higher, eliminating some of the stuff that goes on in the middle. And we play well in the middle. It was just that. All that nice soccer that goes in doesn't produce some results sometimes. And so you have to be able to adjust in conference where it's a lot more physical, and we play more in their box and get numbers in their box, and then we've got more chance of scoring. And hopefully they can make mistakes too. So that was the philosophy, and it carried on VMI. We got 5 goals, and then we scored a goal. Cole scored a really nice goal after 3 minutes at Mercer, and then Danny scored a terrific free kick to win the game. So it was good, and we had a lot more chances as well. So that's what we're trained for this morning, to go forward quickly, get guys in the box, and let's see if we can get some more goals.
So having said all that, do you feel like you're starting to gear back up to playing your best soccer once the tournament gets here?
I hope so. You never know with this game, but I hope so. The guys have been very, very positive through every winning or losing, been very positive, and the captains of leading us really well. Kevin and Kyle are doing a great job and always seem to lead us in positive of play. But I hope so. We've got 3 games left in regular season. The homecoming game on Saturday, and then Wofford and Greensboro after that. But everything comes down to the conference tournament after that.
Danny Kearth, he's got 2 game-winning goals on the year. Can you talk about him and how big he's come up for your Paladins this year?
Yeah, the first one was against Denver, was a huge goal. He's clutch in overtime, So the left-footed curling shot, then that free kick was Premier League free kick. It was really well done. And every game has been basically a 1-goal game that way, and to come out on top of those games is huge. But he's a great player. He's got a lot of skill. We try and get him the ball as much as we can. People know about him. Obviously, they're marketing him. But he's very elusive. But he's got that little bit of skill, and his temperature doesn't rise around the box. And he's able to put the ball in the back of the net. And you really have to have players like that on the field in clutch moments.
What's the old saying or the old quote that the ability to keep your head while those about you are losing theirs is one of the keys to success?
That's a good point, Dan. I mean, in the box is an important thing.
I make one every now and again.
Yeah, it's good that you know this game so well, Dan. I'm so impressed sometimes with your knowledge and your ability to throw other stuff into soccer. It's crazy. Keegan has no idea what's going on with you right now, but
I've been married 28 years, and my wife doesn't either. Keegan, don't worry about it.
Dan just loves his sports, and he tries to think everything goes into soccer as well. There's some terms that don't go, but Forrest and I just tolerate that every week.
Absolutely. Yeah, we do.
I'm
able, under the rug.
I'm able to speak in generalities when it comes to certain things apply to all sports or apply to life. I mean, I would never ever sit here, joking aside, and pretend to be an expert in something that I'm not. I know that surprises a lot of people, but
fool me, Dan. Yeah.
Well, sitting next to you, I'm an expert in everything.
That's true. That is true.
That's beautiful.
But anyway, why don't you talk soccer?
Yeah, so you have 3 games left against ETSU at home and UNC Greensboro, so you can kind of control your own destiny against teams at the top of the table right now, and both those games are at home. So talk about that.
Well, it was the same with Mercer. If to get 3 points there was important, because then we became level with them and actually have beaten them head-to-head. So now we go ahead of them in the table. So ETSU's on top at the moment. So if we can knock them down, it would be good. Home games are good. I mean, the student support is important for us. And then the Greensboro game's a senior night, so there'll be a lot of parents there as well. So and Wofford's a local game. So three pretty tough games left. These conference games aren't easy. But I think we could compete with anyone in there, and then kind of adjust and then jockey for position for the conference tournament.
See, here's one of the general questions that applies, but it's very applicable to your team right now. The fact that you've been better on the road than you have been at Stone Stadium, which will come into play not only in these last few games you have on the schedule, but the fact that the tournament is here at Stone Stadium.
Yeah, and we've got to earn our right to get into the tournament. So I don't want to have the tournament going on and us hosting it and being a really nice host and not being playing. So you've got to get there. So the next few games hopefully are at home, and it would be nice to finish off showing the students that this team is a really, really good team, good leadership, hard-working team. And getting that student support again. And they can come out and get their scarves, because a lot of people were after their scarves.
There you go.
They ran out, and I think Alex and Ben made some more scarves for us for this game. And then I think they're giving away Clint Dempsey jerseys the following week.
Are they really?
Yep,
Wow.
for the Greensboro game. That's just for you guys to know.
Okay.
So
Don't tell anybody
Don't
tell anybody else. Right. Well, maybe I'll see if I can get one for Alex, and you guys can get one to give away or something.
That'd be
and
cool.
See if Alex
Yeah.
or Ben can do that and part with one. But you like one of those?
Yeah.
You've met Clint, haven't you?
Yep.
What do you think about Clint? Is he a cool guy?
Yeah, he's really cool.
See, we're not talking about Clint Hill now. We're talking about Clint Dempsey, right?
Yeah.
Do you think Clint Hill's a cool guy too?
Yeah.
As cool as Clint Dempsey?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that's high praise
I
right
like
there.
that.
Huh?
Yeah, he's a smart man.
Can't play favorites of Clint's.
You were lucky. You actually got to see Clint play at Fulham.
Oh, wow.
And sat in the Craven Cottage, which is a listed building, and that's why they built the stadium around the cottage on the Thames. It's a beautiful soccer stadium, and Callum McKeegan got to sit there with Clint's family and watch Clint play at Fulham. And he was actually on the front cover of the Game Day magazine that day, so it was really a cool thing. And he was wearing his Furman shirt, and we were actually on the tube on the way to Fulham, and this Londoner stopped and goes, "Hey mate, you spelled Fulham wrong. It's an L in it." And he goes, "No, it's Furman." And my dad coached Clint. So he said it's Fulham, and it's Furman and Fulham. So it's kind of weird that they were very close names, but it was a good experience, wasn't it? And then he got to hang out with Clint after the game.
Can I impress you with my knowledge of England?
Yeah.
The Thames is a river, right?
Wow.
And it's also hang on.
Okay, all right.
It's also the television network that the Benny Hill show was on.
That's right, yeah. Thames Television. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it was. I'm impressed, Dan. Forrest's going to have to start competing.
I know. My goodness, the house over my head there. For sure.
He has no idea who Benny Hill is.
No.
Keegan loves the English TV, don't you? It's fun watching the football over there, isn't it?
Yeah.
So let's talk about the immediate with East Tennessee State here on Saturday at 7:00.
Yeah, we tied them at their place 0-0 a couple of weeks ago at their homecoming. Actually, we played on a Friday night after they shot off the fireworks during our warm up. But then after, Bo O'Shaughnessy's a great coach. Got a lot of respect for him. They always have a really tough team, and those games are good. East Tennessee State really likes to play, and it's always a really good tactical game. They've got very good players, a lot of foreign players. And we've tied the last 3 games actually, home and away, and so be good to get a result against them. They're undefeated in the conference right now, so to get a win against them would put us, I think, 1 point behind them in the standings. So they're a very well coached, good team.
Some goal scorers this year. You still have Lawrence White atop the table with 6 goals, and then Connor Hubbard, and then Danny Kearth with 2, and then a few other guys with 4, 3, and 2. Is it good to have those guys keep on spreading around a little bit?
Yeah, I think so, because you don't know where the goals are coming from. I have no idea. I mean, it's nice that different guys are scoring. Josiah got a couple, 2 goals and 2 assists against VMI. Cole had a nice goal, as I said, and Danny came back up with a goal. So, and Lawrence got a couple against VMI as well. So it's very hard to mark all those guys. Ibicon got his first goal against VMI. So. They are sharing it around a lot more, which is good. So I don't mind anyone scoring for us. So the more the merrier. But Lawrence from midfield has got 6. A couple of them have been penalty kicks, but
3, I believe, right?
Yeah, 3 in one game actually,
Really?
which is unusual. So we are spreading that around. But one of the most important things is our defense and shutting teams out and keeping that. If you notice, a lot of the games have been zeros.
Yes.
I think Mercer was one of the first teams to score on us in a while.
Since UNC Greensboro, when you had 10 men.
Yeah, and Wofford 10 men. So
Yeah.
so no one, like I said to Dan earlier, has scored on us with when we've had 11 men. So that's a priority. Defense is the number one thing, and then obviously playing a lot more positive in the second half of this season.
This is Doug Allison, by the way, the Furman men's soccer coach, and this is son Keegan, who is not skipping school. He's on fall break, so we don't want you don't want anybody, hey, what's this kid doing here? You have, in talking about playing with 10 men, you've done it twice now, and you've mentioned both times that college soccer polices itself either really well or really harshly.
Yeah.
Do they do a good job at it? And I don't want to get you in trouble by criticizing officials, but in general terms, are they doing what they should do when it comes to how they officiate in police soccer?
There's a couple of different fouls, different red cards. I mean, there's flagrant fouls, which are people are going after people. That's a bit different than a handball in the box. And so I think a handball in the box is more of a tactical thing or something that's hit someone's arm. And so being a man down for one game is one thing, but then for them to suspend them for the next game is pretty tough. I think someone having a physical tackle that's going after someone is a bit harsher, should possibly be policed more and lead to a suspension. But we have everything a suspension. Then it's a year of a window of, if they get another red card, they have to miss 2 games. It doubles. So the conference actually polices itself more than the NCAA.
I was going to ask you, this is a conference rule as opposed to an NCAA
yes.
rule.
Yeah, very much so.
Interesting. Very interesting. Well, all that aside, as you said, when you have all 11, things have gone really well from a defensive stand. And still, despite all that, you're giving up less than a goal a game.
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, we're 9-4-2. I mean, we're doing pretty well. It's just that we had a bit of a lull in the middle, and a couple of tough games. In South Carolina's a tough game. Greensboro's away is a tough game, but it's we're hopefully back on track. We've won 2 in a row, and hopefully we can get one at a time into the conference tournament. But we started off winning the first 8. Preseason and the first 6 regular season, and flying high. And then, I mean, it's going to catch up to you a little bit. I mean, because soccer's that kind of game. But to win all those games and be 9-4-2 isn't a bad place. We'd rather be maybe 10-3-2 or that. But one game at a time. We're still very much in the hunt for everything right now.
How do you feel like your kids individually and collectively have handled the adversity?
I love they've been very positive. They know that they've been in every game. We've even played teams and lost a game. So tactically, we've had to change things up. It's okay to be in the games and dominate a game, but if we're losing, I've got to change things, and that's up to me as a coach. I'm not going to just let that happen again and again. So we've changed a couple of things, and it's led to a couple of results because the kids are into it. They're accepting it, the different roles for different players, and there's a competition between the forwards now. If you're scoring, you're staying, and it leads to a very, very healthy competition. And I didn't want to just keep tying 0-0 or dominating a game and score. I mean, having 20 shots on goal, 20 shots to 5 maybe, and losing 1-0. That's frustrating.
Yeah.
We've got to do something different and put the ball in the back of the net. So I think getting more people forward is the way to do it.
Well, we will encourage people to come out on Saturday for the return match with ETSU, and then Tuesday it's at Wofford, and then back here a week from Saturday for the regular season finale with Greensboro. So as you said earlier, 2 of the games at home, all 3 are local, so Furman fans have a chance to come out and make a difference at all 3 of these games.
Yep. Love the students. The support from the students has been brilliant this year, as it always is. And then the local community, and like the United FC come out one night, and Zesa came out one night, and just having the Quinn game, there was good support for that. But senior night is a big one too. Homecoming should hopefully take care of itself. I mean, hopefully the football team wins their 4th in a row or 5th in a row. 5th in a row.
5th, yeah.
Yeah, I'm very happy, and it's a big rivalry between Bobby Lamb and Clay Hendricks. So hopefully we'll get on top of Mercer and then win our 5th in a row. Then the happy fans will come over to Stone Stadium and join in.
The other Stone Stadium.
The other Stone, just Stone's throw away apparently. So we'll try and we'll see if we can get a couple of wins again. It's been a couple of good weekends for. We all took care of VMI last week. Now we got to take care of homecoming games.
That'd be absolutely fantastic. And as we let you go, we referenced teams and Benny Hill. I'm sure you recognize this.
You used to do the Benny Hill dance?
No, but we should get up and somebody should be chasing.
Yeah. There's all that. That was the black and white days. That was some good humor.
Yep.
That was some good humor.
I gotta say, I love British humor. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, it's the most.
Won't you get some?
It's the most sarcastic humor. My mom has quick wit, doesn't she? Yeah, and he practices it too. He has a lot of puns, a lot of play on words, and it's pretty tough in our house. It's like a sitcom in our house back in England, isn't it?
All right, tell me before we go. Tell me about your team, Keegan.
We're all right. We're not the best, but we're getting better every time we play, and developing more as a team, and just like getting to know each other better, and just really like working a lot harder than we did at the beginning of the season, and like just like I don't know, just getting better, I guess.
Well, and Dad, if you're getting better every time out, you're making progress, right?
Yeah, and these guys train hard. Tell them about your training routine. You came to track camp this summer with the coaches, farmer coaches, and tell them how good that was for you.
That was really good. Lots of running in the cross country camp, and it's hard, but it's good for you.
Yeah, you're young. You can handle it.
Yep.
He trains hard every day, doesn't he?
Yes, sir.
Good stuff. That's how you become a winner.
And his middle name is Gray, named after who?
Gray Griffin.
That's right.
Very nice. Doug, as always, pleasure
Thanks,
to
Dan.
see you, pal.
Appreciate it.
Keegan, thank you for coming and joining us. This is the Dan Scott Show. Thanks to Doug, Allison, and Keegan for joining us as they do every week. We'll take a break and come back and get into Force 3 things on the other side. Don't go away. We'll return in just a moment.
Looking for a good lunch spot in the Travelers Rest area? The Cafe at Williams Hardware is your place. Williams Hardware has food for the whole family, from the famous Reuben to the barbecue chicken quesadilla and their daily lunch specials, which includes the award-winning BLT on pimento cheese with pepper jelly, served Tuesday to Thursday. Williams Hardware also serves breakfast on Saturdays from 8 to 11, perfect before Furman home game. And don't forget their gift shop, which offers items for anyone on your list. Go see your friends at the Cafe at Williams Hardware, 13 South Main Street in downtown TR. Full menu and operating hours at the Cafe at WilliamsHardware.com.
Say you've got a busted phone or tablet screen. Time to get a new device? Nope. Time to give it CPR. CPR Cell Phone Repair at Cherrydale can repair almost any phone or tablet screen on the market and usually can do it same day. In fact, if you have an iPhone, the fix usually takes less than an hour. CPO Cell Phone Repair also can fix computers and gaming systems, both screens and hard drives. And they sell refurbished devices and new accessories. Stop by and see the new owner, Janet Culver, today and check them out on Facebook. That's CPR Cell Phone Repair at Cherrydale, 864-282-9097. Give it CPR today.
Hey Furman fans, it's baseball season. Here at Ingalls, we know that as you root for the home team, sometimes you want more than just peanuts and Cracker Jack. And while we do deliver on your favorite ballpark classics, we're proud to offer a packed lineup of everything you need to make your next meal a home run. Ingalls, a proud sponsor of Furman Baseball and the official grocery store of Furman Athletics. Go Dins!
The Atlanta Bread Company at Cherrydale Point offers a dining experience that will have you coming back for more time and time again. Everything is freshly made on site, including the different varieties of bread and all the baked goodies. And the menu, Atlanta Bread Company offers a wide variety from hot soups and chili to hot and cold sandwiches and paninis. Even breakfast selections topped off with your choice of piping hot coffees. Come see for yourself. You'll love it. The Atlanta Bread Company at Cherrydale Point, proud sponsors of the Furman Paladins and the Dan Scott Show.
Oh, boy, lots of stuff going on. Our thanks to Doug Allison and son Keegan for coming on and joining us here on the program. Dan Scott, Forrest Stulting here with you. Quick reminder about our friends at Hall's Chop House, located in downtown Greenville. You want steak? How about Allen Brothers Prime Steaks? That's all they serve there. You know you're getting top quality cut of meat. They are open 7 nights a week. They're also open for brunch on Sundays, and they have live music, all those opportunities throughout the evenings and during brunch. They have large meeting spaces available for you, so whatever your get-together, Christmas party, corporate event, they can handle it with a fantastic menu and plenty of room. That is Hall's Chop House, the Greenville Steakhouse, located conveniently for you downtown. Stop by and please tell them that you heard about them here on the Dan Scott Show. All right, what do we have? We got 3 things to get to.
We sure do. Where do you want to start, Dan?
At the top.
Well, my top's probably different than your top.
Let's do baseball.
All right, fair enough. The Yankees, they take control in the American League Championship Series with a Game 5 victory over the Houston Astros with a 5-0 win. Masahiro Tanaka was brilliant. 7 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 walk, 8 Ks. Kept the ball down in the zone. He had 10 ground balls, so 18 of his outs were either on the ground or via the strikeout, and that really is the key for Masahiro Tanaka to do well. He escaped some mini jams in the 2nd and 5th. Only 1 runner reached third base, and only 2 reached second base, so that just goes to show how dominant he was on the night. The Yankees offense came through once again, or for the first time against Dallas Keuchel, especially in the playoffs. They had single runs in the 2nd and 3rd. Greg Bird and Aaron Judge with RBI hits. 2 more in the 5th. Gary Sanchez and Didi Gregorius with RBI hits in that inning. And then Gary Sanchez added a solo shot in the 7th inning. And it's really been a tale of 2 offenses, Dan. The Yanks have 28 2-out runs. The Yankees have 4 players with at least 3 home runs in this postseason. Aaron Judge, Gary Sanchez, Greg Bird, and Didi Gregorius. And the Yankees have outscored the Astros 21-9.
Yeah, I saw a stat yesterday or last night, I think, if you remove Altuve and Correa from the equation, the rest of the Astros are like 11 for 100 in the series.
So I'll say
it's just ridiculous.
In the first 2 games, Altuve and Correa were 8 for 15, and they were just 2 for 22 in games 3 through 5. And for the Yankees, Aaron Judge and Gary Sanchez, games 1 and 2 were 1 for 14, and in games 3 to 5, 7 for 20. So just a turn of the tail right there. And then the Houston Astros were 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position yesterday, and they're 4 for 27 in the series.
Well, when this series goes back to Houston for Game 6, obviously they're going to need another big performance from Justin Verlander.
Oh, yes.
And then you get to Game 7, all bets
Anything
are off.
can happen,
So right now, the home team has won every game in this series. And, I will say this, watching a little bit and then seeing some of the reactions on Twitter, people talking about the atmosphere at Yankee Stadium being like it was in the quote-unquote old days, and how loud and raucous Yankee Stadium was. So it was a tough place for the Astros to be, and the fact that they were able to beat Dallas Keuchel, though, I think gives them a huge advantage. Now they have to go to Houston and just win 1. So we'll see what happens. See if Justin Verlander's got a little bit of magic left in his army. I'd love to see this go to a 7th game.
Oh, it'd be fun, but I want to finish.
I know you
6.
want it to go to 6.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it go to 7 and Houston win it.
Yeah.
But I'd love to see it go to 7 just for the theater.
Absolutely, yeah. I think Justin Verlander is going to have to pitch something like what he did the other day in Game 2. Because their bullpen, as you said, is very weak, and if he does not go 7+ innings, I think this will be a somewhat easy victory for the Yankees. And just a couple facts: Astros are batting 147 overall with 34 Ks, and they struck out the fewest times in all of baseball this year. So that is a tale of 2 turns as well. And in the pitching, the Yanks' ERA is 1.45 versus 4.50 for the Astros. So just things can turn quickly in the playoffs, essentially, is what I'm trying to convey here.
Yes, they can. So Game 6 will be tomorrow.
Yep, tomorrow,
So
8 o'clock.
Travel day today.
Yeah, Luis Severino versus Justin Verlander.
Yeah, should be a great pitching matchup. Now, while I want that series to go 7, I was hoping this next one would end in 4.
Yes.
It didn't. It may go 5, or it is going to go 5. Definitely. Hopefully it won't go beyond there. But the Cubs stayed alive. They're still on life support.
Yeah, they sure did.
Stayed alive last night, 3-2.
Wilson Contreras got things going with a long home run in the second inning, 491 feet, which was the longest home run in the postseason since StatCast was erected in 2015. And then later that inning, 1 out later, Javi Baez hit the first of his 2 home runs that evening. He hit one in the 5th, but Cody Bellinger got one in the 3rd to put the game at 2-1 before Baez's second home run in the 5th inning.
Yeah, he had been hitless in the series until he hit the 2 home runs.
Yep, absolutely. And then Justin Turner pulled the Dodgers within 1 run in the 8th with the solo home run to left center field. But the story of the game here was clearly the pitching for the Cubs. It finally came through. Arrieta with 6 2/3, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 9 strikeouts on the evening. And then
ties the most for a Cubs postseason ever.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Even the days of Kerry Wood and Mark Pryor? That's unbelievable. Good job. And then Wade Davis threw 48 pitches to get 6 outs. Gave up 1 earned run, 1 hit, 3 walks, but 3 Ks as well. And so this is going to be the Cubs' formula going forward to shorten that gap between their starting pitching and Wade Davis. But I think with 48 pitches,
I was just going to say, here's the question: if he threw 48 pitches last night, and Game 5 is tonight, how much does he have left in the tank if they have to call on him today?
I'd say not much. I'd say 10 to 15 at most, and that's probably might be pushing it there, Dane, because that is a lot of pitches for a reliever to throw in one game. So we'll see how that goes. I think the pitching matchup tonight, you have Clayton Kershaw on the mound for the Dodgers, and then Jose Quintana for the Cubs tonight. So it's going to be a battle of the lefties and Game 1 starters as well.
Yeah, and Clayton Kershaw's postseason, as dominant as he's been in the regular season, his postseason resume is almost exactly the opposite. He has really struggled.
He's turned it around
in
a lot
the
in the past 2 years.
He had the one good start last year, and he's been okay. But I mean, if you look at the full postseason record, his resume has been pretty shoddy, as much as it's spectacular in the regular season. So Dodgers really need him to step up. I'm sure that they would prefer not to go back to L.A. Still up 3-2, but not to give the Cubs, any more hope, any more life than they already have.
Yeah. So this will be a big game tonight, and I think
let's fly the L.
Let's do it. Let's fly that big old L. Let's end the Cubs bid for.
Let's put the Cubs out of my misery. How about that?
There you go.
All right.
Just for you, Dan.
Let's do it. All right. What else we got? That's thing 1.
Thing 2.
Let's do Louisville, and then we'll do the college football picks last.
That's fair. Louisville. So Tom Jertz, the former AD, has been fired by Louisville. The Board of Trustees has voted in favor of the firing 10-3 to oust the AD. And there's some quotes by his lawyer. We are disheartened by the actions taken by the Louisville Board of Trustees yesterday. We believe that their vote to terminate his contract was done in haste with inaccurate information that should have had no bearing on continuing his employment. So, some strong words there from his lawyer, Dan. What do you think about?
Well, I mean, this goes back to a great degree the same thing we talked about with Rick Pitino yesterday. Even if Pitino didn't know all this stuff was going on, even to the strippers previously, and now this, it happened on his watch, and his assistant coaches are the ones who were doing it. It was not like it was some rogue booster going off and doing things that nobody knew about. These were his assistant coaches who were involved in this. So by that definition alone, he is responsible for what happened.
Yep.
Same thing with Tom Jurich as the athletic director. You are responsible for the entire athletic department. This happened on your watch. And again, it's the basketball program that causes him to get fired. Oddly enough, not hiring Bobby Petrino for a second time and having that blow up in his face, which it hasn't yet. But it's all of the stuff that's gone on with the basketball program and all those things Dave Glenn talked about that made him, in a lot of ways, maybe the best athletic director in the country when you start talking about revenue building and contracts and those kind of things. All that goes out the window when you have the issues you have here. And because he is the guy in charge and it happened on his watch, that makes him, at the very least, partially responsible for it because it's his department.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he stuck his neck out for Rick Pitino twice.
Exactly.
So I think...
And finally got it chopped off.
Exactly, yeah. So I think this is well done by the Board of Trustees. And I'm kind of surprised that it was only 10-3 and it wasn't closer to unanimous.
Well, and what was interesting in this, too, number one, the interim president, Greg Postel, did not vote. And I think it's probably wise since he is the interim president. But the coaches in the athletic department apparently signed a petition or a letter of support for Tom Jurich, all of them except for 3.
Wow.
One was the track coach, one was the softball coach, and one was there's another women's sport. I can't remember if it was women's golf or what it was, but it was 2 women's sports and the track coach that did not sign the letter of support for Tom Jurich.
Well, that tells me that he's just not sticking his neck out for the smaller programs at Louisville, and that's probably why they did not sign that letter.
But at the same time, I mean, let's be honest. Every program there,
I think you're absolutely right.
Benefited from all of those huge contracts and all the dollars that were flowing in. I guarantee you the track coach and the softball coach and their programs aren't hurting financially.
I'm not saying they are.
But it is interesting that those would be the 3 that would not sign a letter. So I don't know if it was a personal issue or a gender issue or whatever the case may be, but those were the 3 programs that did not sign the letter of support for Tom Jurich.
Other Louisville news, Rick Pitino.
There's more?
There's more. Dun, dun, dun. He was issued a subpoena yesterday by the FBI to produce phone and email records and all other documents of communications between coaches and players. And there was an interesting quote by Pitino's lawyer. It said that it's evidence that he's not a target. When the FBI thinks someone is a target, they would not come in and serve them with a subpoena. They would serve them with a warrant and seize it right then. So this kind of sends mixed signals to me, Dan. I'm not sure this is just his lawyer playing some games or if this is actually how it works, but I don't know. It throws another wrench into the equation.
I think the FBI can work in just like any law enforcement, they can work in multiple ways. You often see. I watch enough crime shows on television to know that law enforcement often subpoenas phone records so they can get an idea of who the people have been talking to, or if it's a missing persons, where the cell towers are pinging and all of that stuff. So this is evidence gathering. To say that he is not a target, I think, is premature and posturing, and it may be ultimately that the FBI doesn't feel like they've got enough evidence to go after him to prove that he did anything wrong. Still doesn't make him take away his culpability as far as the school is concerned. So, the other thing on the Jurich thing is that 10-3 vote, he was fired with cause. So, again, Louisville's trying to get out of paying anything as far as the contract goes. And then Pitino yesterday was interviewed, I believe it was by Jay Billis on ESPN, and his whole line of defense basically was, hey, I passed a lie detector test.
And if that's the best defense you got, hope you better pack your bags for some jail time or something. Or
we'll find out.
That will not cut it in my book.
Yeah, well, we'll find out. If the FBI has subpoenaed phone records, then they're looking for something.
Oh yes,
they're looking
There's
for something.
No doubt.
All right. That's as Louisville turns for the day. Tune in tomorrow for the next chapter in this soap opera.
All right, thing 3. Some college football.
Finally.
Some big games to watch
college
this weekend.
Football.
The number 11 USC Trojans will travel to South Bend, Indiana to face the Notre Dame Irish this weekend. It's one of the best rivalries in all of college football. And both teams are ranked for the first time since 2009. That's kind of hard to believe, Dan. The Irish are led by running back Josh Adams, who averages 129 yards per game, which is good enough for 7th in the nation. But QB Brandon Wimbush can also run. He's got 80 yards per game. And the Irish has only allowed 1 rushing touchdown all season. So I think that just shows they can control the line of scrimmage and are tough in the run game.
And where's this game at?
South Bend.
South Bend. I would not root for Notre Dame in an inter-squad scrimmage.
That's tough.
Okay.
Not even the gold?
No, I would not. I would not root for the gold, nor the white, nor the green, or whatever. The issue here to me is quite simple. It comes down to one thing. All those things you said are nice, but it comes down to one thing. Does Sam Darnold throw it to the guys in his color jersey as opposed to the other team's color jersey? He's thrown 9 interceptions already this season, and that has been the crux of what problems they've had offensively. If he throws it to the guys in the right color jerseys, then Southern Cal's going to win this game.
You took the words right out of my mouth, Dan.
Yeah, well, that's...
And I think USC will win the 89th installment of this rivalry.
I'm taking USC as well. I'm not rooting for Notre Dame.
Wow. So even if Notre Dame was the better team, you'd still pick.
When Notre Dame comes off its high horse and goes into a conference and is treated like everybody else, then I will start treating them like everybody else.
Tell me how you really feel, Dan.
Yeah, I mean, like they care about what I think, but that's what I think.
There you go. Game number 2, number 19 Michigan travels to number 2 Penn State this weekend. The 2 keys to this game is John O'Korn and Michigan must establish a passing game early to set up the ground game. And the Wolverines must also put enormous pressure on Trace McSorley in the backfield and make the Penn State offense one-dimensional and make Saquon Barkley beat them, because Penn State has had trouble running the football in the past 3 games. But even if they do those 2 things, I think it'll be an uphill climb for the Wolverines. And I like Penn State to win this one big.
You know what? It's kind of scary. You and I are thinking along the same lines. I think Penn State probably wins this game by at least 14.
I completely agree with that, Dan. I think this is going to be a tough day for the Wolverines on the gridiron once again.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
Game number 3. Number 10, Oklahoma State travels to Austin.
See, I've got if my figuring is correct, I've got a fairly decent lead in the picks since we've been doing this.
I don't know. We'll have to go back and check that. I think I had a pretty big lead after week 1.
After week 1, but
and then you came back and got a 2 or 3 game lead on me. Then I came back in week 4, got a 2 or 3 lead. Then evened up with you.
And then I went 5-1 last week. I'm going to guess I'm probably up 3 or 4 games total.
I wouldn't say that.
Well, we need to go back and see.
I'll check that out.
But even if I'm only up 1 game, all I have to do is pick the same as you, and you can't catch me.
We got 7 weeks left of the regular season.
I know, but all I have to do is make you pick first and then pick exactly what you pick, and you can't catch me.
Hey, if that's how you're going to play it, well, that's fine.
I'm not, but I could do that. What's the next one?
Number 10, Oklahoma State versus Texas. The Cowboys average 610 yards per game. And the Longhorn defense has given up touchdowns in the last few minutes of their big losses against USC and Oklahoma. So they're going to need to stop this powerful offense that the Cowboys will show. Oklahoma State's defense is not much better, and it will be a shootout in Austin. I think Texas finally breaks through with a big win and keeps pace in the Big 12 standings. Hook 'em horns, baby.
So I'm going to give you an opportunity to make up a game here. Cowboy up.
I'm going out on a limb here. Yeah, there you go. I like it.
Take Oklahoma State and all the points you can get.
There you go.
I agree with you. I think this will probably be an offensive showdown.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens.
Right on. Just a few on this date. 1932, Jimmy Fox of the AL and Chuck Klein of the NL win the second modern MVP. 1981, the Dodgers' Rick Monday hits a ninth-inning home run to beat the Expos in the NLCS. This game is later known as Blue Monday in baseball lore. In 2005, the Astros win their first pennant by beating the Cardinals. They won't do that today.
Because they're not playing the Cardinals today.
Yeah, because it's just impossible. There you go. So, and in 2008, the Rays also win their first pennant by beating the Boston Red Sox. So a couple big firsts for both of those teams right there.
All right, good deal. All right, let's get back to the trivia.
Oh, yes.
See,
all right.
You forgot today.
I did. Football. The trivia is Furman football. When was the last time Furman recorded a shutout on defense?
The one guess I saw was versus Elon in 2004.
That is correct. A 10-0 victory
for
the Paladins. Yep. And Scott Keeler got it right too. He just didn't know the date.
Okay, good deal.
The year.
I didn't see Scott's. I didn't see SoCon John's. Speaking of Scott Keeler, he'll be back with us to talk some high school football tomorrow via phone. He can't be back in studio until the following week, but we'll get a little high school football report. And if all goes well tomorrow, we'll visit with Rick Cameron, the play-by-play voice of the Mercer Bears, to further preview Furman and Mercer homecoming. This Clay Hendricks, Bobby Lamb connection, this is going to be good. And again, I'll encourage you, if you haven't read the fantastic article by Hunter Reed at FurmanPaladins.com about these two. They played high school football together. I believe they were in each other's
across the street.
They were in each other's weddings.
Yeah.
I mean, these are two lifelong friends, and now for the first time they're locking horns.
Best friends, if you will.
Opposite sidelines. So this is going to be good stuff, and that story is at FurmanPaladins.com. All right, let's take our leave. We appreciate you for hanging out with us. Thanks to Doug Allison and his son Keegan for coming in studio. We'll have that interview up on YouTube here shortly and tweet it out. So if you didn't catch it, you can. Always a good time. Doug's he's just a great guy. And
he's awesome.
We have fun. He doesn't take my lack of soccer knowledge personally, and I like that. So and so we will we'll have that up for you here in just a little bit. That'll do it for us. Thank you again for tuning in. For Forrest, I'm Dan, saying God bless you. So long, everybody. We will see you again on Friday, tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Bye-bye.